Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marketing Water Cooler Podcast. My name is Jeremy Francesi. Thanks for stopping by. Steph, what are we going over on the last episode of season 2?
Let's talk about some little things that you should be grateful for. Let's end the season with some fruitful thankfulness. Fruitful thankfulness.
So let's talk about the little things, but let's frame it through the lens of marketing. And this is going to be, I hope for some of you, this is an episode that you look at and it gives you the permission to look around at your team, look around at the people you work with, and kind of appreciate some of the things that I feel like we don't talk a lot about at work. We talk so much about who is an expert at something, who has experience in some subject matter, who can write really well, maybe who's good on camera, or who has a good radio voice, right? We talk all the time about these professional things on paper. But to be honest, I don't think we talk at all about the fun little things that make the people that you work with super interesting and unique, and how that plays into marketing. That's what we're here to talk about. So look, when you look around at the people, we already talked about the content audit and talking about who's able to speak on what are their interests. We already did that. But what we didn't talk about was just a personality audit, so to speak. And I'm gonna frame it in a way where this is gonna almost sound awful, but I hope people understand what I'm trying to get at. Part of marketing is getting people's attention. And to be honest, if you're just vanilla and boring, it doesn't matter how good you are, at some point you have to capture people's attention. And especially in this virtual world. So it's okay to look around at your team and be like, you know what? Brandon's kind of funny and quirky and interesting, and it's kind of what makes him this, right? Or so-and-so has this attribute to them that makes them different and stand out, right? And it could be just the way they communicate, right? It could be just, again, this is such an interesting episode to try to articulate, but it really comes down to nobody in your organization is the same. So being able to find the silver lining of what makes people unique and individualized, it's really powerful, right? If you think about the hosts of shows that do really, really well, some of them are very, charismatic and they can command a room maybe. But a lot of people that do well in marketing, they have something that is a little bit unique that kind of makes people turn, right? And so honestly, I'm not even sure the best way to communicate this. It comes down to you have people in your organization today that have something unique, special, and interesting about them. And this isn't about diversity and inclusion. It's about who's kind of weird and interesting and very much so different from the rest for all of the right ways. That's something that companies need to do a better job of leaning into. What makes people unique and special? And how does that play into marketing? The people on TikTok that are crushing it, a lot of them, they're interesting and quirky. They have things about them that it's people want to watch. And so, Steph, I'm gonna kind of kick this to you to help me unpack this for a sec, because I think it's kind of for people listening, they're that's kind of a weird thing to say. But to be honest, I really do think, we talk about this with companies, who's interesting in your company? What do you mean? I don't know. Who's interesting? So help me break this down for people.
Yeah, I think it's sort of looking at what individual qualities people have that make them who they are. Why does Bob from accounting, why does he wear funky socks every day of the week? Is it because his kids yelled at him one day and said, you need to get better socks? Which that is admittedly something I learned from a dude I was sitting next to the airport the other day. But
that's hilarious. Yeah. That's awesome.
And what can he do? So that clearly means he values his family. And then there's someone else like Susan from HR. She always wears the sweater every Tuesday. And why does she wear the sweater on Tuesday? Because it's purple and her mom's birthday is on Tuesday and her favorite color, something like that. What are the little things that make your people individuals? And what does that eventually mean about them? And how can they bring that to the table?
100%. People are way more than their expertise. They are way more than their major. They are way more than their subject matter, their LinkedIn resume. There are but here's the punchline. If you're virtual, you have to pay attention and go out of your way to find these things. If you're virtual, it may be harder for you to notice these things. But those are the little details, I think. One, going back to like great marketing builds culture, right? It is a culture thing. Look, if you take anything away, like you have to get to know your people better if you want them to be, more involved in marketing, communicating, and building the culture around your people. And if you are especially a predominantly virtual workforce, there's going to come a point where the vanilla marketing, if not already, of like, we're the best and we're awesome and come work with us and all those different things, it completely washes over people as nonsense. They want to know who they're working with. They want to know who they're actually spending time with. Those little details can make all the difference, right? And so pay attention to your people, learn about your people, and also figure out how that can play into the content space. Because, there's a lot of talent in there that may not be sitting on the resume. So anything else on that stuff?
I think everyone just wants to be valued for who they are, and you will have more dedicated people if you look at them as full humans and not just Bob from accounting or Susan from HR. If you look at them as a whole person, if you value 100%. Them completely, they will put more into what they bring to the table.
People want to be seen, especially when they're virtual.
Yeah.
They want to be seen, they want to be heard. And to be honest, a lot of this can be done just by having conversation, asking people, would you like to do this? Would you be interested in that? And so, look, as we kind of close out this episode and like the Thanksgiving theme, like both on the business side, the market side, the collaboration culture side of like in-house people, you're all sitting at the same table. You want people that want to be there, and you want people that you want them there with you because they make everything about it better. And the more you know about them from a subject matter expertise and a professional standpoint, the better. The more you know about them that makes them themselves, the qualities that make them unique and special and them and their own, the better. And the more you're able to put all those things in the open and have an honest conversation about this is what makes us amazing. It's not our logo. This is what makes us valuable and amazing and interesting and collectively something that maybe people want to be a part of this, whether it's culture for working here, or maybe it's people like, like our consultants that we hire are boring. We want people we can enjoy working with. You never know what prompts people to take action. So pay attention to the little things. See what people are bringing to the table. Build a culture that makes it so people feel comfortable to share that side of them. And I think you'll see incredible results. And so, look, to kind of close things out, like, thank you all for rocking with us through season 1. We're going to be back early January with season 2. We want to use December to kind of chop it up, reflect, analyze, learn a little bit, book out some guests. And look, the entire thing we're here to focus on is how to help you close the gap between you and the audience that matters most. If that's talent, great. If it's customers, great. But how do you close that gap? That's why we're here. Steph, anything left to close it out?
Thanks for listening, y'all. This was a big endeavor that we jumped feet first into, and here we are 30 episodes later. So we'll see what next season brings us.
Here we are. Everybody, we'll be back more. Take care. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you liked the video, smash the like button and hit subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the new episodes. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. We will fold them into future episodes and make sure that you get the help and the answers you're really looking for all things marketing and communications.